you go. Hello, Charles. So we
Okay.
have just received that breaking news from MIA, Migration Institute of Australia, about the new changes to the ENS application requirement. Can you tell me more about it?
Yes, yes. You remember when Miss Clarony on 27th of April mentioned that all skilled workers in Australia will have pathway to permanent residency by the end of 2023. So means that it looks that the date is 25th of November, and as of 25th of November, all 482 visa holders, by the look of it, she meant that all 482 visa holders will have pathway to permanent residency. And big news is that every 482 visa holder, irrespectively of the occupation, whether it's MLT, SSL, SSL role, will have a pathway to permanent residency after 2 years. So 2 years on 482, and then you can apply for the ENS to the transition stream. The thing is that ENS, that's the permanent residency, freaking fantastic. But keep in mind that your employer will have to sponsor you for the ENS as well. If they will say no, not much you can do. They must sponsor you for the ENS to the transition stream. But it's great news. So we are going back to
2017, like back to the 457
Yes.
good old days, I guess. So what exactly are the changes coming from the MIA or from the department?
What are the changes? At the moment, 482, essentially only people who are on the MLT SSL can apply for the ENS to the transition stream after 3 years, and those who are on the ST Sol, they cannot apply for the ENS to the transition stream unless they would fall under this legislative instrument that they have worked during the COVID, and because of that they are exempt, and then there are some legacy 457 workers and so on and so on. So very likely that instrument, the COVID exemptions, will be sort of replaced by the new legislative instrument about these 2 years on 482, and then you can apply for the ENS to the transition stream. Yeah, the big question is if it's only for those people who are already on 482, and those who will get 482 later will also be eligible. If you will get 482 on 26th, 27th November or later, if those people who will get the 482 after 25th of November, if they will still be eligible for the ENS to the transition stream after 2 years, we don't know. We'll see quite soon. But if you are already on 482, that's the big freaking news, and I'm already thinking about a couple of our clients.
Yes,
so
I know
we
we are
will
talking
tell
about
them,
it.
yes. They will be happy as that they were
Yeah.
nagging us. Yeah. How can I get the permanent residence? Maybe skilled visa, but not that many. Yes, so that's another question. Why the number of the skilled visas, the places for the skilled visas, 190, 491 were so limited. We'll see how the things will go. But yeah, we'll make probably next week quite a few people quite happy.
Yep. So it's quite a big news in this employer-sponsored migration area.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
So what do you think about those people who are not on a 42 at the moment, but will get 42 soon? What do you think will happen to them?
That's a big question, but hopefully, it's not gonna be just for those who are already on 482. Hopefully, it's gonna last for longer. It used to be like that. 457, 2 years on 457, then ENS to the transition stream, happy days. Then 494, then MLT SSL, then ST Sol, then roll, and then all of these DAMAs and industrial labor agreements and company-specific labor agreements. Yeah, that's actually interesting. Those people who are under the standard business, employers under the standard business sponsorship and employing under the standard list of occupations, there is sort of no doubt about those people. But everybody else who is under the DAMA, that's the labor agreement. Those who are under the industrial labor agreements, that's another, big question, whether those people would also be eligible for the ENS through the transition stream after 2 years. Probably not. Labor agreements is totally different beast than the standard standard, standard sponsorship. So probably it would not apply to those people who are under any kind of the labor agreement. It's only for those who are on the 482s and the employers is under the SBS. Employer can be under an SBS and the employer can have separate labor agreement. So labor agreements, probably that would not apply to the labor agreements. But well, still big thing. Yeah, listen, if you have got an employer who would be considering sponsoring you for the permanent residency, and if you have had a chat with your employer and they are more than happy to assist with your application, give us a call or book the consultation with here is our 482 visa expert Ken. So probably you'll be talking to him, maybe to me. So yeah, go to novac.us.me and yeah, book the consultation. We are not charging, we are providing free consultations for the employer-sponsored migration, so jump over there and book the time.
And probably we should put the link into the comment section as well, shouldn't we?
Yeah, it's
as well as the phone number. That might help our audience.
Yeah, we've got some questions. How about the 485 holder? Nah, it's all about the 482 visa holders. 485 visa holder, if you have got the work experience, potentially, then you can convert to the 482, and after 2 years, if it's gonna last. But for 482, you need at least 2 years of the work experience. 485, yeah, skilled visas probably will be still there. But yeah, the big question, if it's if the transition stream was never reliant on the occupation list. Of course, 482, you have had the relevant occupation to be eligible for the 482, and there was the clear pathway for the MLT-SSL to the transition stream after 3 years. But now they are saying that no matter what is your occupation, then you will have the pathway to the permanent residency if you're on the 482. So here is the big question: what's going to happen with all of these list of occupations? If all of these list of occupations will be removed and it's going to be one list of occupations, or as Ms. O'Neill mentioned during her speech that ANSCO does not really work, so it's going to be no longer reliant on the ANSCO and the list of occupations, or if employers will have to make the argument every time when they will be trying to sponsor somebody. Yeah, we'll see another 3 weeks, and probably we'll see.
They might just combine the two lists into one big list and makes it easier. That's possible.
Because yeah, have a look. Now we have got this ANSCO, and we have got quite a lot of different labor agreements. And even if we have a look on the DAMAS, there are the occupations which are not from ANSCO. But the description of the tasks, which could be taken from a couple of different ANSCO codes.
That's right. Yep. Yes, there are so many new occupations exist nowadays,
which always existed but weren't listed in the ANSCO. Right. But yeah, well, so what's interesting, ANSCO was updated not so long ago, but the list of occupations didn't include those new occupations which are on the ANSCO now. So yeah, we'll see what's going to happen with ANSCO. Skilled visas, yeah, probably we'll see quite soon what's going to happen with that. Skills assessment are gone? Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
Skilled visas probably still required because they will have to do something with that. But yeah, listen. Generally speaking, it's a big step forward to make Australia more welcoming
the migrant or skilled workers into Australia.
Canada, how many? Almost 500,000 of migrants they are welcoming almost every year. So Australia is competing with the other countries about the skilled people, and finally probably government realized that it's not.
The old way didn't work, so it's one step forward for our country, which is good.
Which is great. So we are really welcoming the changes.
Yep.
Which is
I'm happy.
Great. I'm happy as well.
Our clients will be happy.
Yes.
And you can be happy too.
Yeah. Talk to your employer. If you're on 482, talk to your employer, and they need to talk to us to get your visa sorted.
Yep, we can help that.
Yeah, definitely. What about those people who wants to jump on the 482? Yeah, we don't know. We'll see after 480, after 25th of November, once this new legislation will be introduced. But the thing is, what they are saying in this official fact sheet provided by the Department of Home Affairs, that's sort of the first step towards changes. Short-term stream TSS visa applications can be lodged in Australia. Third, short-term eligible visa requirements will be able to nominate holders of all TSS visa streams, including short-term and labor agreement. Actually, yeah, have a look over here. Employers will be able to nominate holders of all TSS visa streams, including short-term and labor agreement streams. So it looks like my idea that the labor agreement, not really. If you are under the labor agreement, under the DAMA, it looks that after 2 years, you might be able to still to apply for the ENS to the transition stream. So it's not only about those who are on the SBS labor agreements as well. So that's huge. That's freaking fantastic.
That's like opening the door for everybody.
Yes, yes. So yeah, listen, if the employer, it's the skilled visas, the employer-sponsored visas, it's at the end of the day, it's all about the local economy, whether the person is required over here in Australia because employer needs them. So if employer have made an effort and sponsored somebody for the 482, in my opinion, that's quite good indication that employer needs the person. It's not about some sort of the research being done by the Department of Education, Department of Home Affairs, Department of Jobs or whatever else, and making assumptions about whether the particular occupation is required. Employer sponsoring for the visa. That's the clear indication that this occupation in that place is in demand. So if the person will be working for at least 2 years, yeah, that's also the good indication that they are required over there, and why not giving them the permanent residence?
Exactly. And it does look like that's where the department wants to go for future migration program as well. The employer sponsor visa. Yep.
Yes, so honest, I know it's quite expensive, and now with the visa, TSS visa, MLTSSL, $2,700 for the primary applicant, the same for the dependent, ST Sol, half of that. So going forward, how much is going to be? 2.7 or 1.3? Or the visa for 82 will be granted for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah.
What about SAF? It's going to be still 12 and 1800, and everybody will be applying for 2 years or 4 years? Yeah,
no one knows. All these details hasn't been published as to what's going to happen moving forward.
But what we know, if you are on 482, after 2 years on 482, if it has been more than 2 years, 25th of November. So call Novak Migration, contact Novak Migration, and we will get your visa prepared so we can, apply. Transition stream, what do you need for the transition stream when you're applying?
You need to prove that you have been working for the employer for the past 2 years, so you have pay slips, employer reference letter. You need some bank statement to prove that the payment has been banking to your bank account.
Some records from the HR systems, whether you have had any unpaid leave or not. But with ENS, there are 2 stages. There is nomination, that's on employer for the position, and then there is the visa application. So nomination, you will have to prove, that's the most important part, you will have to prove that you have worked for your employer for at least 2 years. 2 years full-time, no unpaid leave. If there was an unpaid leave, that cannot be counted toward 2 years.
But what to do if I have unpaid leave?
You had unpaid leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need another couple of weeks
or
months.
So it's not a big deal, really.
Not a big deal. You will have to apply for 482 for another year. Another few $1,000s gone. Sorry, you shouldn't have taken that unpaid leave. But
no, but you can just apply for another year and make up the differences. So still not a big deal.
Still not.
We can still do it. Yep.
Yeah, money is the money, but at least there is some sort of the
pathway.
Yes, the
certainty.
The semi-clear pathways, it's gonna be hopefully clear from the 25th of November. But yeah, the good thing is 2 years, not 3 years. What else? Nominations, so that's an employer, 70,000. That's another thing. If you would have earned 53,000.9 because that was the TSMIT, TSMIT,
Yep.
not long
I
ago.
don't know what it stands for. It's testing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Temporary skilled migration,
threshold.
income threshold, or
Yep.
something like that. And now TSMIT is 70,000. So that could be challenging for some employers. If you're under 70,000, I believe for the ENS to the transition stream, doesn't matter. Direct entry transition stream, it will have to be at least 70,000 now. Because TSMIT may or may not, but I think it also applies to the ENS, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're under 70, you wanna go to the transition stream, happy days, I'm having 53.9 and I will apply. Don't fall onto the trap. Your employer will have to chip in, and sometimes it might be difficult to prove that the 70,000 is the AMSR, average market salary rate.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so it's all sweet, but there are some traps. So be careful. Talk to the professional who knows this stuff.
Come to us.
Talk to us. Come to us. Talk to us. Yeah, listen. Great news. Big news. Freaking fantastic. Let everybody knows what are the changes. Tell them that you knew from Novak Migration, and the Novak Migration are the best, and they will get your visa sorted. We are. Okay, so let's put it this way: we are the best migration agency in Australia, as voted by us. So there is a reference.
But didn't
You
we
must
have
give the
that
reference.
best migration agent in Sunshine Coast? So that's actually
Yeah,
approved by a third party, not just by us.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
actually
go.
true. If you go to the
So it
three
is
best
true.
rated, we are on the top over there. So it is true.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah, but I said in Australia, not on the Sunshine Coast. So yeah,
Oh,
in
okay,
Australia.
true. Well,
But yeah.
True. Okay.
Yeah, listen, we are excited, and I think you should be too. So happy days. We are going back to good old times, hopefully, and hopefully, yeah, I know 482 expensive, but there is the
Pathway, certainty.
certainty. Skilled visa, it still is there. What's going to be the changes? That's probably another thing which going to happen a bit later. So call us, book the time, talk to us, and yeah, we'll get your permanent residency sorted because finally there is some certainty. Anything else?
No, I think we have covered
Covered the whole thing.
Yeah, a lot. Not the whole thing, a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Anything we haven't covered here, come talk to us.
Come talk to us, we'll cover it. So yeah, thank you very much for sticking with us. Friday night, so I believe you might have some big plans. So Friday night is good time. If your plans are to celebrate, probably good time. But remember, you might need to go back on Monday to work.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.